According to various news websites, a man by the name of Louis Fr captured what appears to be a giant humanoid walking on top of a mountain. The sighting happened in Aguascalientes, and at the time the man said he was driving through the area in 2003. The footage has been around for a while now, but has gained interest in the last few days due to many people talking about large humanoids. Although these sightings have only started to be shared around on social media, people witnessing large humanoids on mountain is surprisingly not anything new, and this is one such encounter that allegedly depicts a giant walking on a mountain. When the footage was shared, people started to give their opinion on what it was, saying that there's clearly something moving around at the top of the mountain, and that at certain parts of the video it does look to be in the shape of a human. Oddly enough, the shape doesn't move throughout the video, which leads some to rule out explanations like balloons or clouds. Even more theories were fueled when it was revealed that the strange creature had been witnessed by some of the locals, with some residents saying that the creature's description matches that of a large hairy humanoid, and that many people who live close to the area have come forward with their encounters, describing it as being over 8 foot tall, and says that it has the ability to move extremely fast. A legend is told today amongst hikers in the region that say they've had encounters with these creatures close to the mountains, and it's caused some to speculate that perhaps there's a lost race that lives close to these areas. Some hikers have claimed to have had visions when they were dehydrated or fearful of their lives, and this only happens when traversing through the mountains. This led to them seeing the image of a large creature moving throughout the area, and due to these encounters, many believe these uncontacted humanoids may actually be living inside the mountains themselves. Others who have allegedly encountered the humanoids or have talked to those who have seen them have described it as being a hairy humanoid that matches descriptions coming from North America, saying that these stories don't often get shared around outside of Mexico, but reports that each year more and more people allegedly encounter these strange humanoids. With reports of these creatures surfacing from all around the world, it's no surprise to amateur researchers that the mountains of our world may be home to giant ape-men creatures that would dwell within the distant mountainsides and wilderness uninhabited by human beings. One such creature that closely resembles the humanoid that was captured by Louis Fr is known as the Almas, and these Mongolian hominids were believed to have inhabited the mountains across Central Asia, as well as the Altai Mountains of Western Mongolia, of which the majority of ancient reports were made. The oldest known verifiable record made of the Almas was written by a man known as Hans Straubiger, a prisoner of the Mongol Khan that had been sent to Mongolia, and wrote about his observations of the surrounding landscape and people back during the year of 1420. In his journal, he wrote the following surrounding the Almas creatures. On the same mountain there are savages who are not like other people, and they live there. They are covered all over the body with hair except the hands and face, and run about like other wild beasts in the mountain, and also eat leaves and grass and anything they can find." End quote. There have been endless debates, both archaeological and scientific, surrounding the existence of these creatures, as reports in recent years seem to be on the increase, as more and more people have come forward with their stories. Some have argued that the Almas may have been a small population of surviving evolutionary ancestors, given that their descriptions make them more humanoid than ape-like in appearance, and that their omnivorous nature and animalistic behavior pointed towards signs of less evolved intelligence. Others believe that the creature could have been a species entirely different from humanity, and could have been an undiscovered branching of the species in the past caused by the physical separation of humans in the mountains and wilderness. Researchers would generally dismiss the validity of the Almas, under the claim that for such creatures to exist in the modern day, it would require a rather large population that could not go unseen, and so argue that the species either never existed or is now extinct in the modern day. What's strange about these sightings is that although they sound unbelievable, Mexico has a rich history of mysterious creature encounters, which has led some to take certain precautions when they go outside. Throughout the early 1900s, stories of winged men were increasingly reported all across the more rural areas of Mexico. Many of these stories appear to have consistent characteristics across many of the encounters, claiming that they would reside deep within the local caves and would take lone people walking at night, dragging them back into their lair, with locals saying that those who were dragged into the caves were never seen again. Even more interesting, however, aren't the early 1900 stories of these mysterious creatures, but that in many areas of Mexico there is an ancient tradition, often considered the oldest tradition of the region, in which people dress up as winged birds and reenact a ritual in which the actors pretend to fly around as gods. The ritual is made to honor a race of beings known as the Ical, that were believed to have been recognized by the ancient Aztec and Mayan peoples thousands of years prior to the colonization of the Spanish. It could very well be that the strange winged men were remnants of these ancient encounters, which are now once again being witnessed in the modern day. Shortly after 1915, however, the encounters with these cave-dwelling creatures completely vanished. So what do you make of these interesting stories and encounters? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.